right, so we're going to do another quick tour of the warehouse. This is, I think the last one we did was about a year ago, and I figured it'd be a good time to do one because we're probably not going to be in the warehouse much longer. So this will be a good opportunity to kind of capture where things are at now, and then we'll do a new tour of the new place when we get in there in the next month or two. And I don't know, just if for nothing else, I want to be able to look back and see where things were at right before we went on, and hopefully you'll enjoy the ride, I guess. So this is where we come into the warehouse. If you're coming in for a local pickup, this would be where you come in. We have the packing station behind me. We'll talk about that more in a moment. Over here to your right, I guess, is where our local pickups are stashed. We've got a couple shelves here now to kind of organize those. And then we have our ding and dent cart. Basically everything on these two shelves is all stuff that has been won already, or at least is up for offer on our ding and dents. We've got more stuff at the top and bottom that are waiting, and a huge pile on the other side that maybe we'll catch as we move around, of just more things in line waiting to go up on dings and dents because we've had so much inventory come in over the last month or so. But as we come this way, we've got our boxes already packed. Our pickup was not too long ago. We're filming this at the end of the day instead of the beginning, like we probably did last time, or during the day, or whatever it was. We've got our cart with all of our picked orders ready to go for whoever's packing tomorrow morning. We've got our packing station. We've got, actually this is new too, we've got a nice rack here that helps us organize some of our larger, less common boxes that we use. And they're stacked up here, ready to go for when it's time to pack an order and you need to grab that box. I guess we'll keep on moving through. Also, new, all of our decals, I think this was 3, 4, 6 months, something like that ago, moved. We've set up this rack, and we now organize all our decals in these nice bins here. We basically organize them in just simple envelopes right now, with the name and just a number that we assign to them to make them easier to find. They're kind of like file bins, and that lets us organize each of the decals by our internal SKU number for them, and makes it very easy to pick. We're probably going to need a new solution at some point, just because we're getting more and more decals and the folders aren't necessarily big enough to hold a massive number of a given decal. But as we move through, one thing you'll notice probably is that all the shelves are a lot more full than maybe they were last time we did a tour. Our top shelf with all of our backup stock at the top is also more full than they've ever been before. If you see a spot that's only been there for a hot minute before we managed to stick something else up there, because so much of our stock is on the floor right now just waiting for a better home. We used to have a rhyme or reason to what goes where, and because things are so tight, whatever spot opens up is where we put the next thing that comes in, and that's been one of our biggest challenges lately. So we got a bunch of stock here in the middle as we kind of slide through. Got all of our excess packing materials are still stored over here on these last two shelves. And I don't know if this is new since last time. A lot of our 30-minute missions accessories are still down here. These racks were also very helpful. We added those at some point in the last, I don't know, year or so, I think. The other new thing since last time, I think, is the use of some of these small wire shelves to help break up some of these shelving units. So down here we've got pretty much all 30-minute missions accessories and armor sets, things like that. As we get back to the back here, we've got my desk, which is a perpetual mess these days because I've been so busy. Our filming desk we use for the weekly updates is back here too. We tend to roll this out now. I think we used to keep it out, just kind of out ready to go all the time in the past, but because we've been so much more space constrained and we've got more people in the warehouse working, like Patrick, we kind of had to put his desk there. As we keep moving around here though, we've got this back office nook. Patrick's hard at work, or at least pretending to be hard at work. Whichever one that is, we'll leave it to the viewer to decide. And this is kind of where Santana sits, where Patrick sits. We film some of our news videos back here, interviews. We haven't done any interviews in a while. But even this is kind of, as you can see, kind of overflowing with stuff. Things are just kind of encroaching into places that they shouldn't have to encroach into because we don't have space. As we move around, you'll see we got tons of stuff up on top here as well. I think this is new since last time too. We got the taller stairs so we can go higher with the stacks, and they're higher than I'd really like them to have to be, but it is what it is. Low quantity carts. I don't know what we had last time, but we've got 2 of these now. This side, it's basically more just shelves and kits and things like that, which is great. New addition though, we've got this rack here, which is basically where we put a lot of the stuff that is almost out of stock. You know, when we've got a few left of something, they tend to end up on these carts here because they're free up some space, because a lot of our shelf space is not just how much vertical space we have, but how much depth we have. And so when we've got 3 of something, it's a lot easier to stick it on the shallower shelf and free up that space for something we've got a lot more of. A lot of our tools and paints tend to be down this side here. We do the paint racks back kind of near the office area for the Mr. Hobby, Mr. Color paints. And as we come through, we also have these bin racks over here where we put our Display paint, our Splash, Tamiya, and Vallejo. And that's allowed us to free up some shelf space that would otherwise be not as efficiently used. And as we come back through here, you'll also find these racks. I didn't talk about these on the other way, but these are where we keep some of our smaller tools. So things like individual sanding sponge packs and paintbrushes and things of that nature. And then finally we get to kind of our, we'll call it the shipping receiving area on this side. So you can see back this way, we've got the rack with all the prepped orders, and you can see the packing station over here. On this end, we've got all the stuff that should all be inbound stuff, but things have gotten so crazy that this mountain of high news right here, for example, is all checked in stock that's just waiting for its turn to go back out. There's a pallet in the back behind the stuff over here that is also all checked in stuff. In an ideal world, I wouldn't like to have it that commingled. And then we've got a pallet of the entry grade news and some other stuff here, and some more stuff around the corner here that's waiting to be checked in. And then, like I said, with our dings and dents, all this mountain of stuff here is all ding and dent stuff that's kind of waiting its turn to go up on the Discord and be hopefully won by a Discord member who'll be lucky enough to get a good deal on one of these kits. And that's kind of the tour in a nutshell. I guess that's kind of the warehouse in a nutshell. As you can probably see, we're just completely overwhelmed with the amount of stuff that's in here. We're bursting at the seams quite literally. I mean, we should by right drive down the road to the storage unit to where we've got even more inventory for the full tour. I'm not sure that we're going to do that though. But we have so much stuff, more stuff on the way, and I can't wait to get out of here into the bigger space. I think that's going to be exciting. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you've got any questions about the warehouse in its current state, please post them down in the comments below, and we'll see you next time.